So coming to next question, for small motorcycles,
Yes.
that what are the most hot selling cakes that you have observed or you are observing in this current age of smart CC entry segment
Entry
motorcycles?
segment motorcycle. Okay, so
Let's say top 4 or top 5.
top 5. Okay, so 350 450 is like the buzzing, the most
As people are upgrading, like पहले वो एक दौर था
हाँ.
when there are no super bikes in India.
Hmm.
So at that time, two strokes were there.
Two-stroke
People-
era, yes.
Yes. And I'm so feeling lucky, that I yet have two-stroke motorcycles. And so coming again to the point, at that time, 100cc was
Yeah.
even sufficient, and it was like everyone, not everyone, but almost, a person who aims to buy a motorcycle could buy it.
Could buy it. Correct.
Okay, and that was a huge trend, and 100cc was booming. After that, Pulsar era came, like 150cc, 180cc. That was the next trend. Uske baad 200cc quarter cc
Correct.
segment. Quarter cc segment, by the way, I you must be knowing this as well, कि अभी भी Malaysia side
Yeah,
और Indonesia में
Indonesia, Malaysia,
250
250 are doing
cc's
crazy.
Yet it is going crazy. Even they have more bigger options, but somehow due to taxation and
Yeah.
they know कि उनका necessity क्या
It
है.
is stupendously expensive to buy a liter class motorcycle
Absolutely.
in that part of town.
Absolutely.
In that part of the world, it is crazy expensive.
Crazy expensive.
It is, the 250cc's are, oh my god, what
Yes.
options you have.
So because of the taxation and because of this mentality and the awareness, right awareness कि हाँ मेरे लिए ये 250cc, so it is yet going on. But यहाँ पे in India, if we compare, तो यहाँ पे it's growing.
Correct.
Like even Duke introduced their quarter cc 250, and even if they were having 200 and 390, because of India, they probably also introduced that Duke 125 and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, for people who can can't yet afford, who yet want a smaller motorcycle. But even after this, abhi ka jo trend hai, it's like 300cc and 400cc, so it's like bare minimum. Everyone thinks कि यार उतना नहीं लिया तो क्या लिया.
क्या हुआ. Correct. So yeah, that is the segment right now. Buzzing hai. See, every manufacturer has an option of in that segment. Every manufacturer has a motorcycle in that segment now. So there is Royal Enfield, which is like dominating the whole cruiser segment in the 350 400s. 350s. Then there is Triumph that has come up with a Speed 400 and a Scrambler 400. The funny part is that
absolutely, purpose-built machines.
Purpose-built machines.
I think, sorry to interrupt you once again, but I think that Triumph Scrambler and Speed 400, okay, because I have driven it a lot and you know that thing, right? So that two machines, and uske alawa BMW 310R, 310 GS and 310 RR, but 310 RR को मैं थोड़ा सा पीछे लाना चाहूंगा, बट 310R and 310 GS, ये चार मोटरसाइकिल तो मेरे हिसाब से दिस आर द परफेक्ट पर्पस बिल्ड मशीन्स. But as per my experience, these are the most purpose built machines. I'm yet not suggesting or telling you anything about the hot selling kicks, but yes, this was my perception.
Correct.
So please continue. You were saying about Triumph.
So Triumph, they came up with the Speed and the Scrambler 400cc engines, built motorcycles. One of the manufacturers also tried their hand at a Scrambler, but probably could not get a right connect with the riders. I think that was Yezdi Scrambler. Yezdi came up with a Scrambler. Yezdi came up also with an Adventure, and Yezdi came up with another roadster motorcycle. And then there is Jawa, which is but the Scrambler that got connected to the masses was the Triumph one. So I can say Triumph in the Scrambler segment, I think there is no competition to the motorcycle, because There is none. Honestly, there is none.
At least
And
in this
in
segment,
the
I can
segment of
say
400, yes,
yes,
there is no.
and I agree.
Yes. And then there is BMW with their 310,
Hmm.
which is doing great.
But it's an adventure.
Adventure. And then there's Honda, which is again, we don't see a lot of numbers, but they're also there in the game.
Highness and
Highness and the CB350. Then there is I think
maybe KTM.
no, not KTM.
KTM, no. KTM market has vanished, or
yeah, it has really
it's on the
vanished.
downfall.
It has really vanished from the market.
Even
Husqvarna's
didn't got that
very
huge
so very
success.
unique, uniquely
Motorcycle.
designed motorcycles.
And
Not,
people need that wide amount of accepting
the shape
machines.
and the
Size
shape
and
and the style of the motorcycle. Yes, so yes, you need that. And then TVS is also, they came up with their 310 RR. Then there's a 310
followed by BMW 310 RR.
that was fine. That was वो पता था कि because they are they're supplying engines to BMW. Basically, it's a rebadged Apache. But the RTR, the Apache RTR,
yes,
the 310 RTR, they
Yes.
made that's a very brilliant motorcycle.
I think that probably Jawa. See, I have ridden the Jawa and Yezdis as well, and I'm not saying that they are not good machines. In the price range, they are pretty good, right? But one thing that Java and Yezdi yet needs to learn is how to apply brilliant engineering on their motorcycles from
Correct.
TVS.
Correct.
Right.
So TVS has been into the R&D for a long time.
Yes.
And you have no idea what TVS does. TVS is into making automotive, a lot of automotive things.
It is one of the biggest,
most diverse
parts manufacturing company as well
as a lot of things where you'll be like surprised, oh, ये TVS bana
exactly.
So
this will be slightly an internal information, but I will yet like to share it with the audience that BMW के बड़े bikes के, won't say specific names, but बहुत बड़ी बाइक्स के, या फिर लेट्स से कि which are top notch in the markets, उसके भी काफी सारे parts is what TVS is manufacturing.
Correct, it does.
So by this I want to give you an example कि it's not, we are not running again in that age of time जहाँ पे Indian companies can't manufacture that parts or that things which has high level of quality.
We have
because like let's say कि अगर BMW purchase करता है उनके पास से, तो फिर उससे ज्यादा quality control कुछ check आपको चाहिए ही नहीं.
So I would say BMW wanted to enter the whole 300-400 segment motorcycle.
Absolutely.
Segment, and what better way to knock at TVS's door?
Exactly.
कि भाई मुझे ये engine चाहिए. I want to put it into my BMW.
I'll design, you manufacture.
Yeah, you just give me your engine, बाकी मैं देख लूँगा. So it's a very casual way of putting it. A lot of other also factors. It's just on a very lighter note. But yeah, nothing wrong in it, because at the end of the day, if it works, it works.
Yes, and that collaboration has been successful.
Yeah. Because it came out with it at that point of time where this was still at its very natal age, जहाँ पे just grow हो रहा था. छोटा था.
It was on a pinpoint.
Yeah. So because
on the
थे, मेरे 300. So I think I at that point of time I was working with Kawasaki, and
yes.
I think Ninja.
We were working like slightly on the rival side.
Yeah.
With each other.
Correct. Yeah. And I think the 300 that was costing around about 375, 380 on road.
Yes.
And I think similarly priced was the G310 and the GS310.
Yes.
Though they didn't have the
slightly on the lower side.
RR came much later.
Much later.
Faired version of the bike.
But
Yes, we did had a lot of people moving to BMW for the BMW badge. Like
Badge,
we
absolutely.
at the end of the day, it does attract
Attract
that
brand
that
perception.
brand perception.
Yes, but another thing that I will like to add into this. At that time, I was selling BMW smart CCs, and I have also sold flagships like 1250 GSA. So at that time, whenever the customer enters into the showroom, so let's say there was like 60-40 थिंकिंग माइंडसेट, मतलब 40% लोग ऐसे हैं जिनको घर से फिक्स करके आए कि एक BMW लेना है, क्योंकि वो कम प्राइस में मुझे वो BMW ब्रांड परसेप्शन मिल रहा है, लोगो मिल रहा है. सेकंड ऑडियंसेस which goes through the YouTube videos, go on various application and search के कौन कौन से,
Understand what is it? Correct.
exactly. और फिर वो हमारे पास आते हैं, and then they counter us with several questions and several things that this motorcycle provides multi-cylinder, this motorcycle provides much more features, this motorcycle provides much more performance, etc. And then we used to hit on, sir, what is your requirement? And after knowing it, I will like to tell you this very straightforward. In my entire superbike industry journey, ठीक है, मैंने अब तक, I'm proud to say this, I have never sold a wrong motorcycle to a person.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have, मैंने कस्टमर को बोला है कि सर, this is not the right motorcycle for you.
True.
And I'm very feeling happy or good with this argument, even if it is not probably good from sales perspective. But yes, and if I get that hint कि he is willing to get something, अब मतलब उसे एक नेकेड उसकी डिमांड फुलफिल कर सकता है, which I have, और if GS उसका डिमांड फुलफिल कर सकता है, उसके लिए पर्पस बिल्ड है, तो वो पर्पस बिल्ड वॉज अ स्ट्रॉन्ग पॉइंट, जहां पे मैं कस्टमर को, मैं या फिर मेरे साथ जो भी टीम थी, वी यूज टू कन्विंस द कस्टमर कि आप समझो, दूसरी कंपनी आपको TFT दे देगी, उसके अंदर मस्त ऐसे लाइट वाला डिस्प्ले आपको मिलेगा, उसमें आपको रेंज भी दिखेगी, बट आपको डिफरेंस क्या फील होगा? एक के अंदर आपका रेंज सीधा 10 किलोमीटर से कम होगा, यू गिव इट अ थ्रॉटल, सीधा 10 से कम हो जाएगा. दूसरे के अंदर व्हेन यू कंपेयर इट विद BMW, इट इज लाइक वेरी प्रिसाइज. It's like 43, 42, 41, and it doesn't varies in every bit of a second.
Correct.
So this is just an example, कि इस तरह से we were used to convince, and this was the strongest point. And even when I said that Triumph has the purpose build machines, but I will yet slightly be tilted towards BMW in purpose building. Triumph has done absolutely great job, and I love their motorcycles.
Right.
But slightly, BMW takes that position.
Correct.
In a first.
Yeah, in terms of tech and everything, there's no doubt about it.
And probably these are the top two brands which I can say which has huge amount of versatility, right? If we go with the Triumph, so even in the classic legend segment, they have like Scrambler, Truxton, and everything, Bonneville and everything. फिर they have muscle cruisers, naked, fully fade sports bike like super sports and etc. Whereas BMW has again that
it has their
pretty
own, it's a very
decent
very
range.
huge range. See, it is there.
Versatility.
Yeah. So
and even the C400 GT,
Mhm.
I never expected, when C400 GT entered into the market,
Yeah.
I was like, अगर ये CKD होता ना,
हाँ.
तो it could have banged, but even by being a CBU, and even by being, that highly cost, which was like 13 lakh something on road for 400cc moped or maxi or whatever you like
Maxi
to say,
scooter.
maxi scooter. So even pricing 13 lakh rupees for 400cc maxi or moped, right? BMW surprisingly, BMW yet clocked, the numbers above what they were expecting.
So एक fun fact है इसके पीछे. So I think जब ये बाइक निकला था ना, so I was at Kawasaki and
we met at the launch.
So that bike, our Ninja 1000 SX, was priced at the same price as what your scooter was priced. So जब launch हुआ, a fantastic motorcycle. But yes, there are certain limitations to the bike also, price and a lot of other factors. But ठीक है, it's okay. But yeah, एक था कि यार एक you could get a liter class motorcycle in
exactly
with and it's not just any liter class motorcycle, but like a comfortable sports touring motorcycle,
which has a supercharger.
No, that was
SE did had a supercharger.
That was the H2, but this was the Ninja 1000 SX.
Okay,
the standard one.
Right.
Oh, that was a different one. That was a different motorcycle.
So I guess Kawasaki did had two different motorcycles, which three H2R are different.
So no,
apart
H2,
from that, two different motorcycles which were having supercharger.
Yes.
So
that was the H2, which was like there, the H2R, which is not road legal.
Yes.
And then there was the H2 SX SE, and there was the H2 SX, and then they came out with the ZH2 also, as the naked version of of the supercharged.
It was yet having H2 badging with it. So people can connect that this has a supercharger.
And the fun fact about the H2 is that it came out in 2015, 2016, and
it's a benchmark motorcycle.
It is, and it's still the benchmark motorcycle. There is a very good reason.
It will stay, till probably upcoming 1 or 2 decades or 3 decades.
So what is the secret behind it is very funny, a very interesting story. The viewers would be excited to know, or कुछ जानने मिलेगा कि why H2 is the H2, why H2 is like the pinnacle of Japanese engineering. So आज इतना टाइम हो गया, why hasn't any manufacturer replicate a supercharged liter class engine? That is because they have patented the supercharger, and जो CNC में वो बनता है ना, वो CNC सिर्फ Kawasaki के पास है.
Kawasaki Heavy
Industries. Correct. So they are into aerospace and a lot of other facts. But yes, this is something which makes it very unique. And itna is, you've heard about turbocharged Boozas, you've heard about turbocharged Gixxers,
ZX14R
again. उसमें भी so I'll tell you what, off the shelf in the UK and in Europe and even in America, you get a a bolt-on kit. Like you have a ZX14R,
exactly.
You have a bolt-on kit for like a turbo bolt-on kit.
Exactly.
And कुछ मत करो, लाओ, लगाओ, and you're good to go.
Exactly.
Your bike is your turbocharged. Kuch, you don't have to worry about
anything. You don't need to cut,
nothing. Just
it's clean fit and
attach
finish.
it. कहीं उसको set कर दो, वो भी पता है कहाँ पे उसका clamps वगैरह सब आता है. आप डालो supercharge, turbocharge हो जाएगा.
Especially for Booza.
Booza का तो बाबा, you can throttle it to the moon. इतना power generate करता है वो.
Absolutely.
So those are available, but you can't replicate what what Kawasaki has done with the H2. It is so unique. It is so बोले ना कि one off बोल सकते हैं जिसको one off. It's an engineering masterpiece. Like if you look at it, the sheer size of the supercharger inculcated into that.
Exactly.
सब करने के बाद it's still light. It is still good to ride, and every time you ride that bike, you feel you've reached the limit in the throttle, but you've not.
Yes.
Because there is always certain throttle left, which you are scared to use because you don't know what's going to happen next.
Exactly.
So that is what the so people ask me कि H2 ये क्या है, जरूरत है turbocharger
But
का,
it was
supercharger का.
yet slightly predictable than turbocharged
No, it
engines.
wasn't predictable.
Okay.
It was a monster.
Okay.
People owning it and people riding it to the limit will agree to this.
Okay.
That, there is a term called controlled aggression. There is something which is uncontrollable. Like, those turbocharged Boozers and ZX14s are good on a quarter mile. ड्रैग स्ट्रिप पे डालो, उसको भगाओ, तुम्हारे में ताकत है, क्वार्टर माइल खत्म हुआ, ब्रेक मारो, खत्म करो, बाइक डालो, फ्लैट बेड पे घर लेके जाओ. यू आर हैप्पी दैट यू हिट 8 seconds, you are happy you hit 9 seconds. But to make a motorcycle or to ride a motorcycle daily, right, with enough torque that you can not feel the engine knock, and this is out of personal riding experience. We have a gentleman in Vadodara who I sold an H2 to him. I
That
think
must
he
be very
was
special moment
yeah,
for
it
you.
was because he called up my colleague and he said like मारे H2 लेवू छे, and sorry this was Gujarati but
That's
मेरे
okay.
को H2 लेना है, and my colleague is like यार कौन पका रहा है यार कि H2 लेने का, इसको दिखा, रुक
खिलौना थोड़ी है,
उसको मैं बताता हूँ क्या है H2, पैसा वैसा देख के he'll send the price, ये वो कि सर 42 40
slightly
48
trying
lakhs
कि यार see
yeah,
ये है,
हाँ,
ले
44
सकोगे या नहीं.
45 lakhs का quotation भेजा उसको, ये ना. So he said के मारे जो भी, I want to see the bike, I want to, so these are flagship bikes, you don't
get to
get
see
to
in the
see one,
showrooms.
but luckily we had sold a few in Gujarat. And
Probably
the
8 or 9.
weekend, yeah, I think good enough numbers. I think about, yeah, I think they're
That
in
is
double
impressive
digit.
number for this price
Yeah,
range.
of course. And we were getting one in service. So I called him and said like, I can show you, I can make you sit on it, and I can
But can't
probably
drive.
switch on the bike, you can feel it, but I can't let you ride it.
Exactly.
He's like
that's a very general practice we do follow.
He's like, I'll come, I'll drive up to Ahmedabad and I will come. He came and he saw, he sat, he looked, he felt the bike, looked at it. Okay, then that is the first time I met him. And he was about 45, 50 years old, and
okay,
well built. You can say that he had this he had a Hrithik Roshan like physique at that age.
Okay.
Very fit.
Okay.
And देख के ही ऐसा लगा रहे हैं कि यार ये बंदे पे सूट करेगा, having that 6
I want to sell him.
Yeah, 6 foot height है, well built, and but yet gray hair and all, like चलो हो गए, शौकीन आदमी है, बाइक देखा, सब किया, ठीक है मैं बताता हूँ, ये क्या है, ये तो चला गया. मैं मेरे कलीग को बोला, मेरे देख टाइम पास करना है, H2 देखना आया था, फोटो. And surprisingly, he didn't click pictures of him. Usually क्या होता है ना, अरे सर मेरा फोटो क्लिक करके दिखाओ, मैं कैसे दिख रहा हूँ, के लिए आते हैं, so that is a मेरे को फिर वो पोस्ट डाल देंगे, not everybody, but yeah, he didn't click a picture, मतलब कुछ भी नहीं. About 2-3 days later, he said like क्या रे, मतलब कब मिल सकती है बाइक, if I book the bike or if I make you a payment, what is so we told, sir, we need to order the bike, and funny part, we had one in stock in our in Orissa. So we had owners from Orissa. They had Kawasaki in Orissa also. So they had it in stock. और मैं बोला सर मेरे पास स्टॉक में है, I just have to ship it from Orissa to Gujarat. And he's like, ठीक है, तो हूँ पैसा ना कुछ हूँ. And I think that time X showroom was about 36 lakhs, 36.99 or 35.99.
So this is H2, not H2R.
No, the standard H2, but that was Gen 2 H2, the only H2 that came with
a self-healing paint.
Yes, the self-healing paint, and used to come with a 248 HP power.
Yes.
So that was the only bike. So that makes it a unicorn. It's actually a unicorn. वो ये बहुत कम लोगों को मालूम है. I think in that era, this is pre-COVID era, 2019, because उसके बाद COVID आ गया था.
Yes.
That time I remember, I think Kawasaki sold about 4 or 5 examples of this particular bike, self-healing paint, and a little slightly bumped up because the standard H2 they come out with 230 HP power. This was 248 self-healing paint, and so it was like not Gen 2 but thoda briefly modified engine. And after we sold it we got to know that this was it. So yeah, he's like ठीक है हूँ मैं पैसा डाल रहा हूँ आप you
typical Gujarati thing.
share,
I'll send you the payment.
yeah मैं भेजता हूँ पेमेंट. We were expecting 2 lakh, बुकिंग अमाउंट क्या ही देगा आदमी, 1 लाख 2 लाख रुपए ज्यादा से ज्यादा क्या ही देगा, 5 लाख देगा, उससे ज्यादा तो मैंने नहीं देखे कि मैं लाइफ में बुकिंग अमाउंट. Next he sends me a photograph of a manual RTGS from his cooperative bank.
Was it a one shot?
Yeah, it was 36.19 and about the ex showroom.
Yes.
And I was like, and then he casually calls me कि विराज भाई मैंने आपको पेमेंट कर दिया है एक शोरूम का, बाकी का मैं ना 2-3 दिन में कर दूं तो चलेगा क्या? And I was like, हाँ
चलेगा,
क्यों नहीं चलेगा, दौड़ेगा सर, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, मैं मंगा लेता हूँ. That triggered. And then that's how I we both my colleague and we were looking at each other. I was like, क्या हो गया? And I was like, and that was actually first time he sold a Superbike to somebody.
Yes.
He's like, मैं बोला बॉस तूने एक पिनाकल बाइक बेची है बाइकिंग in the whole motorcycling world. So you should be proud of yourself.
Like, I had this very same moment, but इसको फिर अगर बात करेंगे तो और वो लंबा हो जाएगा. But anyways, I have just saying this last line that I have sell motorcycles to Gujaratis and non-Gujaratis, but this point कि ठीक है मैं आपको पैसा बेचता हूँ, and when you see oh ये तो पूरा आ गया. Yeah, we were not expecting this.
Of course.
This is something what I have seen कि ये audience थोड़ी सी वैसी है जिसके पास पैसा है. It is not that show off audience.
Yeah.
It is clear. उनको पता है कि मैं क्या ले रहा हूँ, क्यों ले रहा हूँ, और मैं इसके साथ क्या करने वाला हूँ, और मेरे पास काफी टाइम से उतना पैसा है.
Correct.
Well thinking, well planned, very rich type of people.
This gentleman had the same idea.
Exactly.
उनको बड़ा क्लियर था कि मुझे H2 लेना है.
Exactly.
He is being,
even you just, sorry to interrupt, but आपने कहा कि he saw the motorcycle, went, took 2 to 3 days of time. That means he is processing.
Correct.
He is thinking. He has the money. He knows that he wants a fascinating motorcycle. which completes like sit on this specific model or variant कि हाँ ये मेरा नीड पूरा करेगा. उन्हें पता है, उनके पास वो पैसा है, उनके पास एक्सपीरियंस भी है. But this is something that maybe a young buyer,
the final thought कि मुझे should I go ahead with it, should I take it, should I finally should I move ahead and make the payment.
ये processing बहुत important है. Even if you are young rider or even if you are matured rider, आप entry level ले रहे हो, बड़ी बाइक ले रहे हो, doesn't matter.
Absolutely.
But it should be very clear. Even if you are clear, yes, exactly.
What you want is वो clarity अगर रहती है ना, तो it makes our life as as dealers or in that matters people catering this kind of needs very easy, because then we can
उनके लिए भी फिर उतना ही easy होता है.
pinpoint कर सकते हैं ना कि सर नहीं ये आपको ये गलत है, ये आप नहीं ले सकते.
Exactly.
या फिर ये हाँ कि this is the right or this is not the right one, this is the right one.
Right.
You can help them choose and make sure that they are happy at the end of the day.
फिर कुछ ऐसे customers भी है, ऐसे भी लोग होते हैं these are very rare, but even I had one customer, won't take his name, who was again and again coming to BMW. Okay, and his mind is like मुझे BMW लेना है. But I studied him. I used to study every customer, just like probably you are also been doing that, कि उसे क्या पसंद है या फिर what is his list and everything. तो it is a very common practice. हम पढ़ते हैं कस्टमर को कि भाई उसे क्या सही रहेगा उसके पर्पस के हिसाब से. So this customer was used to again and again and again come to my dealership. He was from Rajkot.
Oh,
okay. And I was working in Ahmedabad. We were not having our showroom in Rajkot at that time. We used to go for sales events and
Yeah,
all.
correct.
But that type of people, you know, वो बार बार आके मुझे 310 आ लेना है, मुझे 310 आ लेना है, ओके आर नहीं मुझे GS लेना है, एंड आई एम लाइक सर आप जो स्मूथनेस मांग रहे हो, ठीक है, आपको जो सिम्फनी चाहिए वो आप इसके लिए आप इसमें मत जाओ. आई विल रेकमेंड टू यू कि आप जाओ और जाके निंजा 300 परचेस करो, क्योंकि वो आपकी रिक्वायरमेंट को शायद बेटर तरीके से फुलफिल करेगा.
करेक्ट.
एंड दिस इज लाइक मैंने इनडायरेक्टली उनको पिच किया, थोड़ा सा डायरेक्टली किया, एंड स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्डली ऑन टेबल, यू नो, आई सेड दैट सर आई एम सॉरी टू से बट आई वोंट बी एबल टू सेल यू दिस मोटरसाइकिल, एंड इवन इफ यू हैव मनी आई विल रेकमेंड कि गो विद द निंजा 300. इट इज नॉट बिकॉज I don't want to sell you motorcycle, but it is because कि आपके लिए वो ज्यादा
बेटर सही है.
I don't want you to buy a motorcycle and regret it later.
करेक्ट.
कि मैंने तो बेच लिया, अपना
Yeah,
इंसेंटिव ले लिया,
correct.
या फिर you know I hit the target or whatsoever.
Correct.
So this is something that you know few customers yet do कि पोस्ट प्रोसेसिंग या फिर उतना प्रोसेसिंग नहीं करते, जबकि वही सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट पार्ट है, राइट, इवन इफ यू हैव मनी एंड चॉइस एंड एवरीथिंग. एनीवेज, कमिंग टू अवर नेक्स्ट question